Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Tuesday, March 26th, 2019 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I seek to understand the balance I am. And that could easily be exchanged with I seek to understand the harmony I am. And our big thing today that we have going on is Venus. Venus is shifting from Aquarius to Pisces. So that shift officially happens at 12:43 p.m. Pacific time. So be aware of the lessons that I said yesterday with Venus at that 29th degree, that final degree. Today you may find coming up those pieces within yourself that you disapprove of, that you haven't been able to integrate because you do not feel like they fit or are ashamed of them or have any of those energies because, this doesn't belong, it feels weird, it won't be accepted. Be very aware of that and see how you can be tender with those pieces of yourself and integrate them. And that really flows very well with what came through as the overall focus for Venus and Pisces, although I'm going to bring you multiple things. So, what came through with Venus and Pisces? When I think of Venus and Pisces, I think of roomy energy. Pisces, to me, is the sign that craves and remembers wholeness more than anyone. I think we all have that within our soul or within our being, that we crave remembering what that wholeness is. But Pisces is like, oh, it's so close. It's so close. Where is it? Can I find it? And that's where you have that glyph, the Pisces glyph of the fishes swimming in two different directions, wanting to come back into wholeness. Rumi really embodies this energy when through his poems as he's speaking about the divine and also his connection to his mentor, teacher, best friend, Shams. And it feels like love poems to us, but that is the true energy of the relationship with us and the universe. So with Venus, the planet of love, the planet of relationship, also the planet of worth and pleasure, going into Pisces, we remember our wholeness by connecting to that spirit. Now, something else that came up as I was looking at this, I am reading a book by, I forget his name, Albert Villaldo. I'm going to pull one of these cards at the end if I remember. And it's interesting because it's something that I've always associated together, but I didn't actually know what the connection was. And in the book, he was talking about how the word healing comes from an old English word that I can't remember off the top of my head that kind of looks like the word healing, and it means whole and holiness. And that's one of the things I think we need to do to remember our oneness, is realize that it is around us at all this time. Now, we're all really good at noticing the world and how messed up it can be. Oh my gosh, this over here and that over there. And sometimes when we're seeing how messed up things are, how much they are not moving in the way we want them to, we forget that holiness. In order to heal the world, in order to bring ourselves into our own state of homeostasis, into that balance, into that wholeness, holiness, we need to remember to look for that holiness. We need to remember to see it, even through those messed up pieces. And it's the same thing with us. Even through our messed up pieces, can you see the divine in you? Can you see the holiness? Can you know your worth? There's that Venus worth piece to that degree. Now, something to be very aware of with Venus energy, especially in Pisces. Venus energy wants pleasure. Venus seeks pleasure. And sometimes, again, we can get so caught up in the messed up that we seek to escape in order to find that pleasure. Ultimately, you will find your greatest pleasure. Oh my gosh, the cards. I had a different thing that I was going with the cards, but here they are. You will find your pleasure by participating, by experiencing all that is, by not being in that escape energy. But Venus and Pisces, be very aware of tendencies of escapism. And if you are, take a moment and try to see the wholeness, try to see the holiness, because that will bring healing both to yourself and to that which you are viewing, because the viewee cannot not be affected by the viewer. Okay, so we have that going on. One other thing that I want to mention with Venus in Pisces, and that is being very aware of any karmic relationship stuff that may pop up during this time. Pisces is that time of completion of the zodiac, and it really does tie us to karma, past lives, you know, things that are beyond this plane. So if you see a pattern coming up, utilize what I just said. Can you find the holiness? And can you find what your experience needs to be in order to bring about the completion? That's not completion, but how do you need to participate to bring about the completion, the release of this pattern that has come up? And I do believe a part of this is seeing the holiness, seeing that divine purpose that is in there. And this, again, will bring you back into balance within yourself. So, besides this, we have the moon. The moon is hanging out in Sagittarius, reminding us, reach for the light. My hair is definitely trying to do that as the light is over there, and it's like, hello, let me go get that. Moon in Sagittarius is making squares today. So we have the moon square Mercury and the moon square Neptune. Mercury and Neptune are hanging out together, which can bring on confusion. Not to mention this square. What I've said about these Pisces Sagittarius squares is that Sagittarius can be like, oh my gosh, read a book, information. This is what my teacher told me. This is what my pastor told me. All those things. And Pisces is beyond what you can read in the book and what your pastor can tell you. And it can be confusing because it can be esoteric. We can't necessarily get to the reading or to the reason or to the complete understanding. And that's where I'm going with this. Where are you confused? Take a moment. Do you have some confusion going on in your life? Do you have some confusion coming up today? Where are you confused? Stop trying to figure it out. Rather than waste all this time that you're spending trying to figure it out. Not to say that's a waste, but you know, spending all this energy trying to figure it out. What I'm feeling with this connection is you're really meant to experience. Here we go with this. Experience and participate in it. When you are trying to figure something out, usually we're trying to be like 2, 3, 5, 20 steps ahead of where we're at. And so you're really called to be in this moment because then you can see the wholeness, then you can see the holiness. Your experience is required in this situation. So it's stop trying to fight what this thing is that is confusing you and rather experience it, be in it. When I was sitting with the Astro, that song, that lyric, I haven't got it all figured out just yet, from an Alanis Morissette song popped into my head. So you don't have to have it all figured out just yet. Just be in it, and that's going to really serve you. That will also help you find the light in the moment, and that's the other connection we have the moon making today. We have the moon conjunct Jupiter later today. Now, Jupiter's reached 24 degrees. Jupiter will be going retrograde in April at 24 degrees. So Jupiter's like hanging out here, going to come to a stop. Jupiter, 24 degrees, that's 6 energy. So it's about finding what that balance is. And the moon is highlighting it. The moon I love because the moon brings that light and the dark. It brings clarity, but it also can bring the unknown. There's a lot of balance going on with this lunar energy conjunct Jupiter. So it's like, be in the mystery. Be in that dark of the mystery, of the not knowing. Allow these things to happen. And meanwhile, keep reaching for the good. Keep reaching for that wholeness and that holiness. And it really will serve you. Rather than being in that constant state of fight or flight if I don't have it figured out. There's an opportunity here to find a little balance, to find a little harmony within yourself. With all that. So, last thing I want to mention, and then I'm going to pull one of these cards. Oh my gosh, I like them so much. Venus, as it shifts, it will be going from 29 degrees to 0 degrees. So it'll be at 0 degrees for basically like a day. Not quite a whole day, but basically like a day. And when Venus is hanging out at 0 degrees, again, it can be like, where has the sun gone? Where is the light? Where is the joy? Where is that peace and harmony? And it's still there, but be in that as well. Be in that energy. It will come around, and then you'll start to experience that Venus in Piscean energy, but first we have to go through that transformative 0-degree energy, and there's always transformation and lessons for us in there. So rather than worrying that that's going to last, just be with that energy. So for the collective, the Smoky Mirror. These cards are so cool. I'm really liking them. The Mystical Shaman Oracle. Alberto Villoldo. That's whose book I've been reading. 47, for those who like numbers. 4 plus 7 is 11. Let's see what 47 says. The Smoky Mirror. Okay, the essence. The Smoky Mirror represents the aspects of what is implied yet cannot be immediately known in the world. Hello, Pisces energy. Hello, Mercury conjunct Neptune in Pisces. The mystery of how things come together and how they fall apart without obvious casualty. The symbol also represents the shadow of the human psyche, the parts of the self that one disowns. The Smoky Mirror can represent a state of denial or the inability or refusal to see the truth or be present in the moment, which is the truth. When the symbol of the Smoky Mirror appears, you are invited to see beyond your own self. Acknowledge that past the limits of your current ability to perceive, there is a vast interconnected world where events are orchestrated in divine order, but challenging to fully grasp. Now is the time to trust that no matter what the current condition of your world reflects, in the hidden realm, all aspects of the human journey are celebrated. Hello, seeing the holiness. I love this. The beauty, the darkness, the misery, the courage. No matter where you are at on your journey, know that some things are meant to be a mystery. Oh my gosh. It's like the cards heard my scope. I love this. Which you are meant to understand only through, oh my gosh, guess what word? Experience. There is experiencing right there. Take heart, for the Smoky Mirror will ultimately show you beauty and wonder once the fog lifts, the distortion you see now. The medicine. Understanding the shadow of human journey requires that you go deep into your story to discover the wound that prevents you from seeing the truth of your current situation. Your fears and experiences of disappointment and unworthiness may be clouding your capacity to see the potential in yourself and others. The Smoky Mirror may be showing you things that you don't want as a result of your conditioning. These can become even more real, but only because you're making it so. The choice is yours. The world will hold you accountable for what you see and create. Can you look at the world from that view of holiness and bring forth healing for yourself and for the world? The choice is yours. The world will hold you accountable for what you see and create. Can you see through the eyes of truth and faith instead? I don't think I could have picked a more perfect card for today. So that's it for today. Come join me in my astro class. We are going to be launching on the new moon in April. I believe that's April 5th. It is going to be in the evenings, looking like 5 p.m. Pacific time. It's a Friday. The classes will be on Fridays, 2 Fridays a month. If you have that calling desire to learn astro, this is a time, and you know, I think it's a really great price for what it is that I am giving in and through all this. So come join the Astro Room 360 group if you are interested in that. You can always book a reading with me if you'd like a little support finding the holiness in your chart. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, you have the power. The better it gets, and there is more than enough love in the world for you. Namaste.